Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the PABAM Political Vigilante. So it's today is Monday, September 11th, and we all know what happened September 11th, 2001, a day that impacted all of our lives. It changed my life. September 12th, walked into the Red Cross. Well, the night of September 11th, I walked into the Red Cross in downtown Los Angeles after dropping my friend off because he lived in downtown LA, and one of the planes was missing early in the morning, and they thought it was headed for LA, so everyone was evacuating, and he didn't have a car, so I ran downtown and got him out of there. And then that night, I drove him back, and I went to the Red Cross, and I said, "What do I want to help? Go to your local Red Cross." I became a Red Cross volunteer September 12th, 2001, and I've been one ever since. Some years I've done less volunteering than others because of being busy or touring or whatever, but I was just in Maui, so support your local Red Cross. And then I started going into the war zones to do comedy. I went to Afghanistan in 04, 06, 07, and I went to Iraq in 07, 08, and 2011 to do shows for the United States military and coalition government. But I want to talk about September 11th, 1973, when the United States helped overthrow a democratically elected government in Chile and put in place Pinochet, who was a brutal dictator that tortured and murdered people in soccer stadiums. Isn't that great? I know this probably should be a government secret, but on this, it is September 11th today. Here's a date, September 11th, 1973, you might not have known about. And here's Ben Norton, who we've had on the show, very smart writer, very knowledgeable about basically about Latin America. And this is what he put on Twitter. In the lead up to the Chile's 1970 elections, the CIA ran a disinformation campaign to denigrate socialist Salvador Allende. We've talked about this on Government Secrets at great length, and we'll continue to talk about it. Anytime someone's like a socialist and wants to give resources to the people, that's when the good old American CIA came in and got rid of him. As soon as he won, the CIA used maximum covert pressure to prevent Allende from governing. Again, the people elected him, democratically elected leader. This is what happened in Iran, right? With Mossadegh was elected, and he wanted to nationalize Iranians' oil and give the profits to the people and have schools and all this stuff, give the people. Oh, the CIA came and took his money and put in power a brutal dictator. The CIA has been doing this since its inception. The CIA was created in 1947. It used to be OSS. During World War II, it was OSS, which was basically the spy wing of the war effort in World War II. In 1947, thanks to the, God, I forget the name of it, but we passed a law where in that law in 1947 is when the CIA was created. On September 11, 1973, the CIA overthrew Allende in a coup and installed fascist dictator Pinochet. Let's look at this right here. This is from the CIA's website. Memorandum from Director of Central Intelligence Colby to the President Assistant for National Security, Kissinger. Oh, Kissinger was great. And then highlighted here, since Allende's inauguration, U.S. policy has been to maintain maximum covert pressure to prevent Allende's regime from consolidation. Under this policy, the 40 Committee has approved since January 1971 financial support totaling $6,476,000, which is 50 years later. That's a lot of money. For the Chilean political parties, media, and private sector organizations opposed to the Allende regime, which is all rich people because socialist leaders usually just hurt the pocketbooks of the ruling elites in whatever country they're in. The attachment provides a summary of the amounts approved by the committee and the purposes for which the funds were used. Just 11 days after Chile's 1970 elections, which leftist Salvador Allende won freely and fairly, U.S. President Richard Nixon met with CIA Director Richard Helms and Henry Kissinger. Nixon ordered the CIA to make the economy scream and save Chile from socialism. Oh, man. God forbid people have socialism. It's the same old playbook. And that's why we in Americans still have people being like, oh, socialism and communism. Socialism in America. You know what socialism in America would mean if we actually had democratic socialism? We'd have free college. We would have Medicare for all. We wouldn't have for-profit prisons where we lock up people for smoking a plant. We would have really good public transit. We would have no homelessness because we would recognize that housing is a right. Under socialism, everybody gets a home. And this democratic socialism, then people go, oh, they want the government to tell you where to work. That was like Soviet Union, totalitarian, Stalin-era communism, where the government did say, this is where you're going to work. You're going to work in this factory. You're going to get an education. You're going to get a home, but this is where you're going to work. That's not what democratic socialism is. Democratic socialism is you can own a restaurant in a free market society, and there can be another restaurant that you're competing with. And you pay taxes, but you all have a place to live. You all have really good health care. And we're not spending billions and trillions of dollars on endless wars. So remember this, September 11th. It's good to remember what happened in the train towers. That was awful. I had a very good friend of mine that I played lacrosse with in college, and he was from New York, and he lost 3 friends in the trade towers. And on September 12th, when I was at the Red Cross, he was at a recruiter's office, and he became an airborne ranger. I thought about joining the fire department. So September 11, 2001, it's significant, and we should talk about it. And I'm not here to debate on was 9/11 an inside job? Whatever, that's fine. Talk about it, but to just have these petty arguments about who was it this and whatever. The point is, since 9/11, we've spent trillions of dollars on wars that never end, while the American people get less and less. And if you think this government isn't capable of doing awful things and imposing dictators, September 11, 1973, from the CIA's website, again, I didn't get this from some crazy conspiracy website. Ben Norton got it from the CIA's website. This is what America's capable of. Thanks, Ben Norton, friend of the show. Love to have you back on at some point. Thanks for that reporting. Thank you for putting that on Twitter. And remember, follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth, and shave your knuckles for justice. And super chats are back, and go to grahamelwood.com to support what we're doing. Sign up for the newsletter. It's free. Also, I've been posting a lot of stand-up clips on my YouTube Clips channel, Graham Elwood Clips. It's a separate channel that's just like 3 minutes or less clips. Subscribe to that. And also, all my social media is at Graham Elwood. I'm posting a lot of stand-up clips on TikTok and on Instagram as well. Thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom!